Hi guys, we're starting this vlog in bed. I was getting ready for bed and I was like, you know what? Let's just start this vlog. I miss my reading vlogs. I miss filming them. I miss reading and talking about the books that I'm currently reading. That is my favorite type of videos. It's just reading vlogs. So I'm excited to be back with a new one. Yeah, that is why we're starting this vlog at 9 p.m. This is episode 2 of my TBR takedown series. If you missed episode 1, I am taking down my TBR, and that is exactly what it sounds like. I am focusing on my TBR, reading all the books that I already own. There's a lot of books that have been on there for so long, they need to be read. Episode 1 specifically was me reading my NetGalley shelf. They're not technically physical books, but they were books that I needed to read. I had to get them out of the way so that I can start on my physical TBR. This video is gonna be just a mood read. There's no theme, there's no prompt, there's no anything. We're just gonna mood read because honestly, I have been in a little bit of a slump. We're trying to do something about that. I don't know, I just want to watch TV. I'm in my K-drama era. I'm obsessed with that and I just want to watch that. I honestly just want to pick up things that speak out to me in a way. I feel like if I force books on myself, it will not help the slump or slumpiness I'm feeling. Right now, I'm kind of feeling a fantasy. Something fast-paced, something that's gonna have me flipping the page. That is what I need right now, so I think that is what I'm gonna pick up after. And I'm actually currently reading The Favorites, but I have been reading this for 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding. 2 weeks. I have this much left. Let me just finish this and we can start our next book probably tomorrow because I will finish this tonight. I'm really enjoying this book, but I'm not completely hooked like I thought I would be. The book starts off with something major happens and then you get dropped off in the past. Have to read the book to find out what that thing is. And so you have normal chapters where it's normal storyline, but in between you have little interviews, I guess, of like people being interviewed about everything that happened. I'm gonna finish this right now. Probably just gonna sit here and read it. Oh my god, I think we're about to find out that thing that got teased at the beginning of the book, and I'm scared. I'm nervous. Actually, I'm nervous because I don't know what it is. I'm scared for them. This girl is very, very sus. Very sus. It feels so good to be done with a book that I've been reading for 2 weeks. I'll talk about this book more tomorrow, but for now, I'm gonna go to bed, watch my show, because I deserve it after finishing a book, and tomorrow we'll pick out our next read. Good morning, it's the next day. Actually, I'm lying. It's not even morning. It's 12. We're starting our next book. I don't know what we're starting yet, but we're gonna choose together. Let's go over to my physical TBR bookshelf. I don't even know where to start, honestly. Like I said last night, I'm kind of in the mood for a fantasy. I'm gonna pull out all the fantasies and see if one speaks to me. Okay, here is a fantasy stack. I don't know. I kind of have a lot. I didn't know I had this many. So like I said, I have a stack of fantasy books. We're just gonna ask Alexa. I'm going to number these books 1 through 8, and we're gonna ask Alexa to pick a number 1 through 8. Alexa, I have a stack of 8 books numbered 1 through 8. Pick a number so that I can read that book.
Let's pick number 5 for your next read.
5. She picked number 5. Let's see what it is. Prison Healer. Okay. anything about this book, about this world, about this universe, this author, completely brand new to me, so it can be a good thing. It will be a good thing. Okay, we're starting this. Let's go. Let's just avoid procrastinating and start the book. Let's go. Next day. Last night I did read a bit of Prison Healer. I'm only 48 pages in. I'm on chapter 6 of the book, and so far I'm not bored, but I'm not super hooked. I feel like we are only 50 pages into a book, into a fantasy. That is basically nothing. All I know is that our female main character, what's her name? Kiva is a prisoner in this big prison. They kind of all get jobs within this prison, and she happens to be the prison healer. And so she gets this guy who I'm assuming is going to be the love interest or a big part of the story. But she gets this guy and she's kind of like feeling, I don't know, a little bit weird around him in like attraction kind of way. But she's like, whatever, like trying to just do her work, and that's kind of where we're at. She's kind of introducing him into this prison, and that's all I know so far. I don't really know much about the state of the world, the state of everything around or outside of the prison. I don't know the politics yet. I don't know who's in charge of this prison. Are they bad? I don't know anything yet, which I feel like for 50 pages is kind of a little bit. I'm intrigued to see what this is about. Like, what is this prison? What is the purpose of her being here? We don't know why she's here, actually. I want to know that. We did get a prologue of her when she was very young, and she got surrounded. Her dad, I think her brother, got surrounded, I'm guessing by soldiers or something, and then it goes into first chapter where she's already at the prison, and I'm guessing that is when they took her in. But why, you know? So I'm definitely intrigued. I'm not super hooked yet, like I said, but I do want to know what this book is about, where it's gonna take us, what the plot is. So I'll definitely be back to pick it up later, and I'm excited to continue it. But that is kind of my update for right now. I decided I'm gonna go to the library, bring my book, and hopefully get some reading in, hopefully find a seat, because it is Thursday afternoon on summer break, and my library tends to have a lot of activities and family events and kids, so it might be a little bit loud. But also on my way there, I think I'm gonna go to Best Buy and get some headphones, wired headphones, because I honestly am over my AirPods. I do love my AirPod Maxes, but they are always dead, and then my little AirPods are also always dead. When I charge it, my right one dies in like 5 minutes, so I get nothing out of them. So I think I'm just gonna go back to the wired headphones. Let's go get that, go to the library, get some reading done. I need to return some books, and also I want to get some printing done for my reading journal. Maybe we can do that later today and start an audiobook. Let's go. Okay guys, so I just got out of the library. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really read in there. I read one chapter, and that is because I was overwhelmed. It is so packed in there. It is 4:30, and I feel like everyone just brings their kids, especially because there's like a game night thing going on right now where all the kids get to play Nintendo, Mario, whatever, in the big room. And so there's a lot of people, and all of the, well, my library is not that big. I kind of want to find another library, even if it's a little bit farther away. I want to be able to have a space where I can go and read outside the house. But this library is just, it doesn't have as many reading spots. There's a couple tables. There's not really any like seating areas. It's just not the best seating. I did browse a little bit. I did also print some stuff for my reading journal. I think I'm just gonna go home and start another audiobook and get some reading in that way and do some reading journal. Or maybe I can do that at night and maybe get home and read this a bit, because I didn't get any reading done here. I'm just, like I said, overwhelmed. I did go to Best Buy and they were sold out of the headphones, even though online it said that they were in stock and that I could place an order and they would be ready within an hour. I don't know, I really want those headphones, so I ordered them right now to see if they would be ready for pickup. If they don't have them, they'll just cancel the order, but if they do, maybe they have them in the back or something. I should have asked while I was there, but they told me they were out of stock, so I was like, okay, and I left. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes and see if they fulfill my order. If not, I'm gonna go home. Maybe I can go sit by the parking lot and read this while I wait. Well, actually I do have a reading update. I just found out that our main character is, the warden is using her as a spy within the prisoners. So he came to her and he was like, I need you to give me intel or details, secrets about the rebels within the prison. I guess these are like the people that are rebelling. He kind of wants her to gather info. I think I'm just gonna read here in the car for a bit before I have to go home. So okay, literally 5 minutes later, I got an email that my order is ready for pickup. So we're gonna go home, drive by Best Buy, and hopefully I get the right headphones, because if not, I'm gonna have to return them. But I hope that they found a pair, because I really just need them, honestly. Guys, I got my headphones. One of the reasons why I wanted these was for the microphone, because my mini mic that I typically use is not connecting for some reason. I needed a microphone for when I vlog at night. Anyway, it's much later. After the library, I came home, I had dinner, and then I went with my family to a fishing spot, and I brought my book, and I only read a few pages, not enough. On page 62, my goal for tonight is to get to 100 pages. I also want to watch my show, but I'm not gonna let myself watch my show until I do my reading. It's a rough morning. I'm putting on my eye patches because I am so puffy, like my under eyes are so swollen. My eyelashes are all falling off, so I look a little insane, but we're fixing that later today. I'm gonna wash my hair tonight. Yeah, we're gonna leave these on for breakfast. I'm gonna go have breakfast, and then hopefully I can sneak in a little reading session, because I only read up until page 82 last night, which I feel like this over 2 days is basically nothing. I really just need to lock in and read. I'm going to read and have my coffee. After all, I only have half my coffee left, but let's see how much I can get read in this time. It's a little bit later. I am going to switch over to the audiobook for a little bit. I mostly wanted to read this book all physical, but I need some help. I'm gonna put on the audiobook while I clean my room because I was looking through my audiobook library and I have a lot of good ones that I want to start, but none of them were calling out to me. And this is a mood reading blog. I want to pick up books that sound good to me at the moment. And honestly, I'm really into The Prison Healer and I want to get into the book. I know that I'm not that far in, and so I want to get a big chunk of it read. I'm gonna throw this on right now, clean my room, and then hopefully we can have a little bit of a sit down reading session after to relax and decompress for a bit before we continue on with my day. So let's go ahead and listen to this. I'm officially done cleaning. I can finally take a break. I listened to about this much of the book. I have officially hit the 100-page mark. I'm on 140. She started the trials. She survived the first one technically. We'll see what happens. That's kind of my update. I don't want to say much just in case someone hasn't read this and wants to. I don't want to spoil too much. I will be back when I have more to talk about. Hello you guys, it's the next day. It's actually pretty late in the day. I think it's 5 p.m. It's 4:30. This is how far I'm into the book. I am 188 pages in, chapter 18. Honestly, we're like almost halfway into the book and she hasn't done the second trial yet. We're in a part of the book where it's kind of slowing down. Not that it was super fast paced, but I felt like after the first trial we were gonna get more action. But so far we've hit like a little slow part, but I'm hoping that it picks up soon. I don't know if I'm bored because like I want to pick up the book, but I'm just not super entertained. I got my period this morning, so I've kind of been in bed. So we either take a nap, get some coffee. How do they know? How do they know? Let me skip that. Well, that was insane. What was I talking about? I can either take a nap or go get some coffee, which I might. I don't want to fall asleep, honestly, because I'm going to be leaving the house soonish. And I don't want to be in a mood if I take a nap. You know, when you just... I don't want to take a nap. So I think I'm going to watch a little bit of my show and then continue reading because like I said, I am into the book. I do want to pick it up, but we've just hit a slow part and I'm hoping that it can pick up very soon. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's something that we don't know, obviously, but something big, either about Kiva. Either something about Kiva. Is there going to be like a revelation of her, about her that she doesn't know, or something about Jaren? I don't know. I will say though, I picked up a fantasy because I was in the mood for a fantasy, and so far I really feel like I needed this. I needed a change of scenery. I love my romance books, but sometimes they get repetitive. There's nothing that's sticking out, and sometimes you just need to pick up a fantasy that is gonna have just a different vibe. And so far it's doing that. I think I'm gonna switch over to the audiobook and do some cutting for my journaling. That way I can be busy but get some audiobook done. So yeah, let's go do that. Hi guys, I actually don't remember the last time that I talked to you guys. Anyway, today I had to leave the house pretty early for some appointments and errands. So this is how much I have left of the book, and she just got to the third trial. She hasn't started it yet. I think she's about to. It's still the same plot of her going through the trials, but in between, since she's the prison's healer, there's this sickness. My bookmark just broke. There's this sickness going around the prison and it's taking people out. She's kind of going around and investigating to see where it's coming from, how are people getting sick, because she can't seem to help them. So far, I don't think this is the most like fast-paced fantasy. It's also not complex at all. I believe that a beginner into fantasy could get into this. As always, the first chapter or two, you're kind of like trying to understand because you're new to the world, but I feel like this one is so easy to get into. I'm still pretty much feeling the same. I'm not bored with it, but I'm also not like super obsessed with it. I know that there's 2 books after this, and so far I do feel like I would read them. I'm not dying to pick them up either, but I'm not opposed to reading them. I'm definitely gonna finish this tonight, but I think I'm gonna start another book right now because I want to do an audiobook and I'm out of audiobook hours for Spotify. Obviously wasn't planning on vlogging. It's midnight and I'm finishing my book. Tell me why I just gasped out loud. I did not expect this ending at all. Oh my god. I have been reading the last 20% of the book so fast. I'm so intrigued. It definitely picked up, but I mean, I can't say much right now. I'm trying to be quiet, but all I'm gonna say is that reveal was insane. I can't believe it. Oh my god. We'll talk tomorrow. I finished this last night and I wasn't gonna update yesterday, but as you guys saw, I had to come on here last night and just rant, or not rant, but just I was freaking out about the ending. It was so good. The ending got me. I'm not gonna lie, it got me. I was not expecting that. I love it when a book can absolutely just blow my mind. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the middle-ish was a little bit slow. Not much was going on, like we were still following the plot, but it was just slow getting there. But once we got to like that last 20%, I was hooked. I was like, let me just sit down and read. Are we back? Is the slump fully gone? I don't know. I'm feeling really excited about reading again. I want to find more books. I want to continue the series. I knew deep down that I wanted a fantasy and I needed it. I needed a fantasy to bring me back to life, and safe to say it worked. Not saying I'm not reading romance anymore. I just started a romance book, but I feel like starting a romance after a fantasy just, it works. I stand by my opinion about this being a good intro to fantasy, a good beginner book for if you're trying fantasy, or if you get really confused and overwhelmed with fantasy books and their terms. I think this one is very easy to understand. I do recommend it. There are 2 more books in this series, and I'm gonna go on my library's website right now and request the next book. The ending has me hooked. I need to know what's gonna happen. Overall rating 4.5, somewhere there. But enough of that. I did start Close to You by Nisa Renzo, and I was actually going to start the audiobook of this because I got it on Libro FM. I got an ALC of this book, and so I was gonna start it, and then I got this in the mail and it was so surprising. I had no idea I was gonna receive this, but this book is so beautiful. She's a little thick, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Look at the difference. She's a little thick, It kind of reminds me of a Lauren Asher book. Some of the tropes are found family, it's epic and emotional, disability rep from our female main character is mute. Okay, I'm 17% into the book. I will say this book starts off strong. You're someone that needs to check trigger warnings, check them. This one is going to be emotional, I can tell. Our female main character just got adopted. She had a horrible past living situation at home, and so I'm so happy that she got out of that. I'm hoping that she'll have like just some healing, happy, stable life. But I will say I don't know who the love interest is. I didn't read the back of the book. I don't know the characters' names, so I don't know who is the love interest. But right now she's talking a lot about her brother, or her new adopted brother, because they're not technically related. I'm getting a little bit scared because I hope he's not the love interest, just because I think she really needs that stability and family life, and I don't think that would be the correct choice. Yeah, I'm hoping it's not the brother. Where I'm at right now at 17%, she is still a child, so we are not in the romance part of the book yet. We're still kind of the setting up her life, just getting to know her new family. Like, I'm hoping that in the future it's not her brother. There is this other guy that got introduced, which is her brother's best friend. I'm hoping he's the guy, but we haven't had much of him. She just got introduced to him, and that's it. And that's it for my update today. I actually don't know when I'm gonna end this vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this book in this vlog. Today or tomorrow might be my last day so that I can start editing this video and it can go up. Enough talking, let me go journal, finish my coffee, listen to my audiobook, and I'll be back when I have an update. Okay, I just got to part 2 of Close to You. Is that what it's called?
Suffering? I raised a brow at him, lowering the can. That's a bit dramatic. Yeah, I'm really in love with her since we were kids. Everyone sees it. I think it's time. I shook my head slowly, already feeling that familiar knot tightening in my chest. I could just say out loud, not now, maybe not ever. I didn't know how. We were best friends. We had grown up together, shared every moment, no matter how space. And that was everything to me. She was everything to me. Admitting what I really felt would change things. It would put something...
The more I listen, the more I think, or the more I know that the brother is gonna be the love interest. We need to have a chat. I have only been doing the audiobook for this because I told you guys I had the ALC copy. I'm 40% into the book. Around here, I'm pretty far in for starting yesterday, and it's such a thick book. I'm afraid to tell you guys, I'm going to DNF this book. I was talking to a bookstub bestie and I decided with her, I'm gonna DNF. It's just not for me. I realized that the romance is with her adoptive brother or foster brother. I was just not vibing with it, just because, like, the fact that they grew up as a family, they were raised as siblings. They adopted her when she was 6 or 7. They grew up together, and now she's in high school and they're starting to have, well, not starting, they had like a connection since they were children, and now they're in high school, and he's just very, like, I guess, protective of her, and not in a brotherly way. He's just very, like, possessive. He doesn't want other guys to think of her, doesn't want other guys to like her because he likes her. And I don't think they know it yet, or no one has like acknowledged anything or admitted any feelings, but you can tell. And she likes him. When there's a girl that looks at him, she has these funny feelings that she doesn't like how she feels when other girls look at him. They grew up as siblings, so now they're in high school. They've been living together since they were 6-7 years old, and I'm just like, how can you see someone like that grow up as siblings, even if you're not technically blood, right? I don't know, I just find that a little bit weird. So this is not gonna be it for me. I'm not gonna finish it because I'm not rooting for them, and that is the point of a romance. If I'm not rooting for the main couple, I don't want it, because, like, what's the point? So this is a no for me, unfortunately. I was really excited because, I mean, the cover was just so cute. Everything that this girl was going through at such a young age. She deserved better. She deserved a happy family, stability, and I really was hoping that this family was going to be that for her, but unfortunately it is not going to be that. I don't know how this is going to work out. Like, how do you tell your parents you're in love with your adoptive brother? No. So unfortunately, this is not it for me. The point of this video was to get out of a slump, and if I continue to read this book, I'm probably gonna get in another slump. So we're not gonna have that. We're gonna stop and we're gonna move on to something that I'm interested in. I think I'm gonna start the Dead Romantics. I think I'm gonna stop talking now. I think the purpose of this video was completed. I think the Prison Healer healed me. I think overall we had a fun couple of days reading. I'm so excited that you guys read with me. I hope you enjoyed reading with me for a couple of days, and I hope you got some book recommendations. Not that one, but it's okay. We can't always win. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.